Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We're getting another start here. We're closing in on our 50th live stream in a row without missing one. We're not quite there yet. We will definitely hit it this week, right? So good morning, Javier. Good morning, Wes Diddy. Good morning, Aldo. Good morning, John Pye. Welcome back, everybody. If you're new, awesome. Hit that subscribe button so you can comment any assets you want me to chart for you on the second half of the stream. The first 15 to 30 minutes, we're going to rock through as many charts as possible. Yeah, Aldo, we could look at U.S. oil again for sure. My long is looking good so far, but I'd like a second set of eyes. So you got it. We'll take a look at it. But we're going to jump right in, and we'll circle back on the second half. So stick around. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and then also let me know if anything you want me to chart. Let me know the ticker symbol, crypto, stock, the name of it. And if you're in a position or you're looking to long or short it, that way we can kind of look at it together. Rick's Money Makers Health in. Hello, market snipers. Waldo, good morning. Good morning, everyone. All right, we're going to jump right in. Bitcoin is still bullish, right? Breaking news. Bitcoin is still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. You can see these orange candles, right? Telling us that it's ultra bullish. And this week so far, it's starting with the wick. Last week, it started with the wick. The week before, it started with the wick, right? So we're continuing to watch that. Is this going to start with the wick and end up finishing or closing higher? We don't know yet, right? It's too early to say. It's still early in the week, right? The daily chart is still bullish as well. So if we drop down the daily chart, it was ultra bullish going all the way back to October 20th. So October 20th all the way till yesterday, November 13th, almost a month that it was ultra bullish on the daily chart, also known as overbought. And we've been talking about that there was bearish divergence back here on October 25th and November 1st. We said, watch out for future bearish divergence, which means higher prices, but the relative strength, the divergence of the relative strength index, RSI, is starting to make lower highs while price is making higher highs. And it can continue that way, right? So it kind of mapped it out in advance, and it's still in a longer term upward trend as of right now. And it doesn't mean that we don't expect pullbacks along the way, but it could literally just mean that bearish divergence, we start to see it come back like this, right? Continue to pump up higher and can remain diverged for a while. So we're kind of thinking about, and I did a couple of videos back here talking about it, and I covered it back here 10 to 12 days ago. So definitely go check out those videos for deeper dives on Bitcoin. But I did talk about how the halving is coming up in April 2020, maybe 2024, right? Not 2020. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back, Caesar. I did talk about how the halving is coming up April 2024, and that, yes, we've seen it, and I kind of mapped it out here on this chart over here. Let's see. Let's kind of go back to this chart over here. Bear with me real quick. Let's see. Let's go home, and then let's check out. Should have had this pulled up already, but I didn't think we were going to cover it. Here we go. Got it. So this chart here, right? So I posted this chart just yesterday, and you can see that price did go back above the blue line back here in 2016, right? So you had a buy signal. This is a 2-week chart, by the way. So 2-week chart had a buy signal back here, had an RSI buy signal back here. I don't know if you can see this down. Yeah, you can probably see it down here on RSI before the halving, right? Price regained the blue line before the halving. There's a buy signal on the sharpshooter candles 3.1 on this 2-week chart before the halving. RSI buy signal on 2-week chart before the halving. So fast forward to 2020, May 2020, there was a buy signal before the halving. Not once, but twice, but 3 times before the halving in May 2020. There was an RSI buy signal before the halving, right? And price had regained the blue line again before the halving. So here's what we're seeing again. Another RSI buy signal on the 2-week chart. We're seeing another buy signal before the halving on the 2-week chart. We're seeing the price regain the blue line again right before the halving. So a couple things I talked about is a couple things to watch for. Number one, there's typically at least one pullback to the blue line, which is currently sitting at, it's a moving average. It's a very, very, very slow moving average, right? But it's currently sitting at 29,350. So it is above the blue line as of right now. And you can see here there's a pullback, and I'm pointing to it. There was a pullback to the blue line here after regaining it. Then there was a pullback to the blue line, drop back below, bounced again, dropped back below, and then regained it again. So it could be once. I just said at least one pullback to the blue line because here it happened one time and it battled that blue line for about 4 or 5 2-week candles. So maybe a month or so. 4 or 5, maybe 1 to 2 months, right? If I could add this up, although you move so much that when I watch you at one point, it looks like you're on cocaine. Yeah. Well, I only have like 200 milligrams of caffeine, but yeah, I have happy feet. My wife says so. Even when I'm sleeping, my feet are constantly going like this while I'm sleeping. If we watch TV on the couch, my feet are constantly going like this, and she like will throw a pillow at me. She's like, "Stop moving your feet." Right? I'm always going like this. I'm not diagnosed with anything like ADD or anything like that, but I do have a lot of energy, and my feet move constantly, so I'm constantly moving back in my chair. But no, it's not. It's not drugs. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine at the most, and that's it. Michael Tran, good morning, welcome back. Although that's funny though. Yeah. So I have happy feet while I sleep. I have happy feet. They're moving nonstop while we watch TV. And yes, I sway in my chair. So expect, things to watch. Typically, at least one pullback. Could see another pullback to the blue line, which is currently below $30,000. We talked about this, possibly another higher low, heading into the halving. And then the real bull run begins after that, right? So you could say that the bull run has started because the low is in back here in 2019. The low is in back here 2015. The low so far is in 2023. You could say that the Bitcoin bull run is on. I just don't consider the bull run fully on until after the halving, right? So possibly starting right before the halving. We're right before the halving right now. We're only 5 to 6 months away, right? So 5 to 6 months, some more consolidation, possibly, pump up for another 2 to 4 weeks, right? And then consolidate for a few months, and then the bull run will be officially back on. Then we'll see if it happens. Never a guarantee, but all these things on the indicators and the charts are starting to line up very similar to previous cycles. So we'll see how it works out. The second thing a couple things to watch. Price has hit the red line every cycle so far, and is currently at 117,350-ish, right? So I kind of drew out this red line, and I'm going to do a deeper dive on this as we continue to get closer to the halving, as we see price pull back possibly to the blue line again, and then we see it possibly start to bounce off. I'll probably do a longer video talking about it. In the next 3 to 5 months, we'll see what happens. Kind of want to watch it, possibly pull back and make another move before the halving. We'll see. And then I kind of drew out this red line as a trajectory of the longer term higher potential price target, and I kind of circled this area end of 2025. I'd probably have to move it back over here. It's possible because you see where it's only at 117 right now. Only we see that the red line is at $117,000, but before price hits it, it starts to pump upwards. So it could be anywhere from that 117,000 to possibly like 140, right? 150,000 possibly. So we'll see how it plays out. And then I posted a chart on Ethereum where the red line is currently at 8,000. So it could possibly go all the way up to like 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. Who knows where the exact price target is going to be, but we'll be there. We'll see if it goes, Ethereum went above the red line, just like Bitcoin did in previous cycles. If it went above the red line again, it would be at least probably, it's at 8,000 now. So it'd probably be at least 10, 12,000 from that point, but I'll do deeper dives on it in the future. I just want to see it kind of like do that pullback and then make its move right around the halving, right before the halving, and then we'll start to do longer videos there. So I did want to kind of cover all of that and talk about it. I posted it yesterday, so you can kind of see the details, and I talked about it with a thread over there. But I want to just kind of cover it on the video a little bit. So let's keep going. Bitcoin dominance continues to correct, right? Hit this target yesterday, barely. It wicked to it, and it's still trending down. So that's Bitcoin dominance. We're going to shift over to, and we'll probably we'll hit up crypto as well, probably on the weekly chart. Michael Tran, happy feet. Just don't kick your wife. I mean, I don't kick hard, but they're constantly moving. Like whether you're like doing swimming or running, right? Tesla John, good morning. Vikings making a comeback. Yeah, they've rattled it off after 3 straight tough losses. A couple of them they should have won, but 1-score losses, right? They've rattled off only I think 5 in a row in 6 out of the last 7 games, and 5 in a row without our best football player and Justin Jefferson. He comes back, so we're very optimistic over here. We didn't lose hope. We just it was a tough stretch, but we're bounced back. So let's jump over to AI, right? Let's jump over. I did this video over here 11 days ago. Go check it out. I did the top 5 AI stock picks. So we're going to take a quick look at them. I did a follow-up video last night. Not getting much love over on these AI stock videos. I thought more people would be into it. There's a lot of opportunity on them. So I did an opportunity alert on the top AI stock picks. And then I did Unity software last night. Not a lot of love over there. I need some more likes over there from the Market Sniper family. Get those pumped up over there. Path up 4.62%. It was breaking out here, kind of gapped up a little bit, but then had a buy signal. Came back tested it a little bit to $15.92, and that was like your play right there. As it was down here, kind of breaking down, closing the gap a little bit, and then end up finishing with a buy signal. Consolidated, right? Consolidated, and then it's gapped up again. So that is Path. That's one of the AI stocks. Veritone had this breakdown. I think it was on earnings, right? It was negative earnings, but they are expecting like higher earnings from Q2 to Q3, right? So my thoughts about earnings, but they pushed it down, very similar to Unity software, but Unity software had positive earnings. Doesn't really make sense. The inverse head and shoulders on Tesla played out. Yeah. Also, the patterns, it's a low percentage that they play out. So I don't really, I like to look at them for ideas, Tesla John, but Colson, Lions going to get smoked by them. Lions just playing. We'll see. Lions look really good, Colson. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Lions. They look really, really good. They look pretty stacked over there. So it'll be a tough game. Hopefully we at least split games with you 50-50. I FOMO into Unity this morning. Oh, there you go, Javier. Man. Sorry, Vikings. Yep. So this is Veritone. There's no buy signal. It's well below the trending dots. It's high risk right now. It's still bearish on the daily chart. Interesting enough, though, there is a reversal candle. So we'll see how it plays out. Still have the 17% gap up here. I'd have to change these targets because they're based off of this potential low, this potential double bottom here, and they pushed it back down. So don't mind these targets. I'll have to redo them. But I just want to kind of do a quick update on these AI stocks. AI. We kicked off the AI stock video 11 days ago with AI, ticker symbol AI. And so we had this buy signal, right? Consolidated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Started to push off, had another buy signal back here, back above the trending dots, started to gain some momentum, and then boom, gapped up. And we kind of talked about this, pulling back, right? See if it finds support of the trending dots and then take off. And it is. That's what's happening on AI, all of these AI stocks. Rock and roll. Unity, 2.5%. That's it. It's only up 2.5%. Come on. We need this for, please, for the market sniper familia family, right? That's my weak attempt at with my Spanish accent. I don't have one. So we talked about it. It was pushed down. No need to beat it over and over and over again. But we talked about this on the video, 11-minute video. So go take a look at it. Yesterday, 14 hours ago, posted it. It was a pending buy signal all day yesterday, right? Kind of pushed back here to $28 today. And then now we're starting to see some follow through off. Have this, it's starting to look very similar to this fractal that I found. Luis, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Luis is back again. Dominguez. Yep, I said that correct. I'm pretty sure. So pending buy signal yesterday. They pushed it down, pushed it back, right back up above the trend line. Then we were talking about it, did a video on it, pending buy signal, became a buy signal, and then it came back, retraced to $28.10. It's currently at $28.83. It's only at 2.38%. I'm waiting for a bigger move on Unity. There's a pretty big move Friday, and then also Monday, and then we'll see if this fractal works out or not. You know, very similar to the head and shoulders pattern, Tesla John, where, well, you know, fractals work great as ideas. Head and shoulder patterns look good at, you know, work good as ideas. Bear flags, bull flags, you know, they just, the percentage that I think that they work out, not only, you know, direction, but then actually working out on price targets, you know, it becomes less and less of, you know, price actually hitting those price targets. So in my opinion, I don't have any real scientific data on it, but just from like visual back tests on it of obsessing over the charts, that's just my kind of thoughts. I do use them as ideas, but you know, that's just my overall thoughts on it. So that's Unity software. If you've FOMO'd into Javier, but it was kind of retracing, it's still pretty close to around where that buy signal was. So I don't think it's that bad. If you're fear of missing out and you're getting in at $40, yes, then I don't like that whatsoever. If it pulls in a bull flag here, like similar to this fractal, not as bad, right? We'll see if this future bull flag works out, or a bullish pennant, whatever it's going to be, right? See if that works out. That'd be crazy if it does. And then we'll see how this fractal works out. So let's keep moving. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Teledoc, we're 18 minutes in. Could see a pending buy signal on Teledoc in the near future. I didn't cover Teledoc. I didn't cover Teledoc on this top AI. I did Lemonade instead, right? So Lemonade I did on that one. I thought about doing Teledoc on that one, but I left it out because the video would get too long, right? So it's up 8.37%. This is looking like a double bottom, right? This is bullish divergence. And this is looking like a double bottom and a higher low, right? So it seems like we're going to be rocking and rolling on Teledoc. It is up 8.37%. I got in a little bit early. I'm a calculator risk taker, but I got in a little bit early on some options yesterday. So I did get in a little bit early, and I was rewarded today. Sometimes I'm not rewarded if I get in a little early. I played it a little bit aggressive, but if you kind of drop down to like these lower time frames, you know, it was starting to look better and better. We have a pending buy signal on the 4-hour chart, and then you probably have to drop down even lower. You know, yeah. So I was in probably way too early. You know, just got a buy signal on the 1-hour chart today. So I was kind of playing it off of like, it was looking like a double bottom. So we had bullish divergence. It just seemed like it was going to start to break. And so I did get in with some options a little bit early yesterday. And hopefully it rewards me. It is currently rewarding me with 8.33% up today, multiplied by options. Whew, it's looking good today. It's looking good today. Come up and hit this target, please. Come up and hit this target, please. Come up and hit this target, please. That'd be great. Rock and roll. Teledoc. Okay, let's switch over to crypto, and then we'll drop back over to gold and silver. Take a look at NASDAQ, right? So let's jump on the weekly chart for crypto, though, right? So still bullish on the weekly chart overall. It's getting kind of wicky on the weekly chart, though. Kind of wicky. So let's see, daily chart. Yeah, just getting a pullback, taking some time off the clock, letting the trending dots kind of catch up, letting the moving averages catch up, seems like, right? Ethereum still bullish on the weekly chart, and this target is still a question mark, still possibly in play. We'll see how it works out. Got pretty far extended away from the trending dots, and so we'll see if it continues to consolidate, possibly for a couple weeks, and then see if price moves up on Ethereum and it ends up hitting target 2, right? Solana still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. We got very close to hitting target 2 of the longer term targets, smashed all these lower time targets, but has not hit target 2 on the longer term yet. Similar thoughts, getting pretty far extended away from the trending dots. We'll see if it consolidates, builds up some more energy over the next, this week, next week, possibly not. It created a wick at 51, and maybe by the end of the week it finishes up here ultra bullish still, right? So that's Solana. Chainlink actually hit the 200-week moving average, hit target 1 of the longer term targets, right? And now it's starting to consolidate, letting the trending dots kind of catch up. Even the trending dots are breaking out of this downward trend line, right? So it's still ultra bullish, but it could consolidate for a couple weeks, possibly keep moving up after that. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Maybe it finds support here at the trending dots and bounces. We'll see how it plays out. Let's stay in the weekly chart. DOT had a buy signal last week, and it could just be, creating a wick here on this week and ends up finishing higher, very similar to NEAR last week. So NEAR looked very similar, but NEAR actually had a bigger wick down. Like it wicked all the way down to like these lower targets and then end up finishing with a positive candle close. So we'll see how it goes. But we did have the buy signal yesterday, getting a retracement on here on this weekly chart, still bullish. Smash that like button. Yes, who said that? Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Smash those likes, everyone. Let's help Jesse. Help us help him. Yes, please smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Smash it. Help me. Help you. Help me. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's keep going. Let's get right back to it. We'll stay in the comments here. And DOT, still bullish on the weekly chart. There's no 200-week moving average on DOT. It hasn't been around on this exchange. 23 minutes straight on DOT. Let's keep going. Cardano, still bullish on the weekly chart. Created a wick. It's not how the candle starts. It's how the candle closes. All right. Good. You guys are doing great. Glitch, killing it, brother. Thanks, Glitch. I appreciate that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Cardano, weekly chart, bullish. NEAR. This is what I was kind of talking about. So interesting on NEAR, had that big wick down to like $1.29. We talked about it. We covered it. End up finishing bullish on the weekly chart. Now it's getting another retracement back here, $1.53, right? Still bullish, but letting the trending dots kind of catch up, letting the moving averages catch up. That was a big, fast, quick move up of 3 weekly candles in a row, all the way up. I mean, 73%. It couldn't just go straight to 400%, right? It couldn't. It's going to take a break. It couldn't just go straight up to 400%. I mean, that would have been nice, 300%, but that would have been too easy, right? That would have been too easy. So, it was bullish, 73% move. Now it's consolidating, kind of let the trending dots, everything kind of catch up. And then we'll see if it makes a next move up after that on NEAR, but still bullish on the weekly chart. Decentraland, they're all starting to look very similar. Big move up, buy signal, another big move up, consolidating possibly for a couple weeks. I actually covered this on one of the videos and previous live streams. I think I covered it here, possibly on these videos too. I can't remember which ones now, but definitely go back. I did deeper dives on them. Definitely go back because I talk about, some of them after buy signals and after hitting key targets, some of them consolidated for a couple weeks before making moves higher, right? And so some of them do seem to look like that. Whereas Matic uh, pumped straight through, right? Straight through, hit target, hit longer term target one, right? And now we'll see if it consolidates and let some of these trending dots catch up. It's pretty far extended away from the trending dots. Those are still at 60 cents on the weekly chart, but it is still bullish on the weekly chart. And so we'll see if it continues or if it consolidates for a couple weeks and then makes its move higher. But it regained the 200-week moving average down here and has already hit this target here. Let's flip over to gold because we've been talking about it. We covered it. If you go back to the live streams, we're talking about it's getting oversold down here. We talked about bigger players front running the 200-week moving average. We talked about bigger players front running my lower targets. Nothing new to us. Followed by a short squeeze, followed by, okay, a lot of people are talking about gold going to the moon. Of course they were. It was getting overbought, aka ultra bullish, right? Gold was getting ultra bullish, and we're going to $3,000 gold, right? You know how it is. And we might go to $3,000 gold, but the experts or the macro experts called for $3,000 gold back here in May, $3,000 gold back here March 2022, right? Probably called for, yeah, I'm sure they did call it for back then, $15,000 gold back in August 2020, right? And we're still at, below $2,000 gold. Do I think it's underpriced? Yes, I do. I think gold should be probably $3,000, right? But they created paper gold. They created paper silver, and now they've created paper Bitcoin and they've created paper Ethereum, right? So be careful what you wish for. People really get excited, and I've talked about this for a couple of years. I think I've talked about it for almost 3 years, at least 2.5 years. That Bitcoin, Ethereum, yeah, the positives are when they create. It's great for trading, right? It's great for trading when they create paper Bitcoin, paper Ethereum, with futures and ETFs and trust accounts and GBTC and MicroStrategy and all that stuff, right? The downside is the bigger players can step in and control it and manipulate it, right? The positive with Bitcoin versus gold, and this is my positive outlook on Bitcoin, is that I think it'll be harder to control it just because it's easier to buy spot Bitcoin versus to buy physical gold. So that is my one hope. That is my one positive of even though they created paper Bitcoin and paper Ethereum, it's much easier to go on your phone and buy spot Bitcoin than it is to go and buy physical gold and then they ship it to your house in a box, right? And they ship physical silver. I mean, you can go down to a store and buy physical silver and gold, but it's so much easier to buy spot like on your smartphone. So that is my one positive on Bitcoin. But the negative is they can manipulate it with leverage on short positions. So not to go down that rabbit hole. We'll make a long story longer, right? But let's get back to gold. Don't you think the bots are back in the X app? Yeah. I mean, good timing, Javier, right? When more well, I kind of noticed it like 6 to 12 months ago. I felt like I saw some more, Javier. So we'll come back, we'll circle back to all the comments. But yeah, gold futures hit this target so far. It could be bouncing. This could be the higher low. Maybe it doesn't come back down and retest this trend line back here. Maybe it doesn't come back and retest this target here, or this target here, or this target here, or close that very small gap. Maybe it doesn't do that. Maybe it kind of takes off. I'm in. Elite Don. Awesome. Elite Don, I'm in. What are you in? The live stream? So it is a pending buy signal on gold futures. It's possible it's finding support at this target here. Cautious is that the trending dots are trending downward, right? And so it could just be putting in um, a lower high, and then it puts in a higher low down here. I know that sounds confusing. I get confused. I say it wrong all the time. We'll see what happens on gold futures, but it has hit target one. It could hit target two, three, possibly even four. That's when it finds support. I wasn't worried about getting in here. I'd be more worried about, like, if I was going to play to a long position, I'm looking for a higher low. Once the higher low is in and confirmed, that's when I would kind of take that position. It's possible it could, come down, find support, find it again, and then that would be your entry right there. Possibly there, or it could come back down, right? That would be the entry, right? Come back down, find that entry. So that's gold futures. Silver looks a little bit different. It retraced a little bit farther and came all the way back down to lower targets. And then looks like it possibly could be finding support here. And there's a pending buy signal. And if it closes back above the trending dots, that looks a little bit different. So could gold be right here where it came back up into the trending dots and then comes back down further, then comes back up, right? So is silver leading the way, not only to the downside, but possibly back up to the upside on silver versus gold? Woo! I'll be smashing likes. I'll be rocking and rolling. Let me know how are we? Are we at 20, 25, 30, 35 likes? Tell me how you are helping me, help you, help me. Okay, so do we have anything you guys want to take a look at? We'll go back through all the comments. Let's take a quick look at the NASDAQ. Still pumping, still squeezing those shorts, still no like higher low as of right now. Is it going to have a higher low similar to gold, similar to silver? That's what I'd expect. I wouldn't expect for it just to go straight to the moon, straight up to 20,000, right? Straight all the way up. You would expect a higher low at some point, right? Higher low at some point. It's going to be truly a trend reversal, but the weekly chart here, let's take those off and let's go back to the weekly chart here. So 3 straight weekly candles in a row. Well, 2. The third week's not over yet, right? So had a sell signal followed by a buy signal. We got back above the trending dots. We got a green trending dot here. It's possible we're going to go revisit the all-time highs, right? It's possible. But before we do that, I want to see weekly closes back above this blue line, right? Weekly closes back above. We don't have it yet. And then is it going to put in bearish divergence? We don't know yet, right? So price could actually take this blue line out, put in higher prices, and look at where RSI is at. RSI is at 63. Yes, that is bullish, right? That is bullish. But just as a caution, it could be bearish divergence, right? So we'll keep a watch on it. 12 likes, 22 watching. Come on, smash the like, people. Yes, Tesla John, tell them to smash the like button. Help me, help you, help me. Let's go. NASDAQ weekly chart. So that's something to watch for. If it is bullish, there's some bullish and bearish cases, right? Bullish cases close weekly back above the blue line and it takes out this pivot here, right? RSI would be regaining like momentum back to the upside. It's at 62 right now. We'll see how it works out. Maybe the MACD will be flipping back over bullish. It's starting to curl right now. So if you start to see like the MACD bullish crossover, and if it does, that would actually be bullish because what you would see at that point is if you saw the MACD bullish crossover, you could probably see like price come back down after the MACD bullish crossover, find support, put in a higher low, and then continue upward, right? So that would be the bullish case. The bearish case is you got a weekly close back above here, takes out this pivot. RSI closes over here, and that is bearish divergence. And then MACD crosses bullish and then crosses back over bearish, right? And so it looked like bearish divergence there. It looked like bearish divergence there and bearish divergence there. So that's what we're kind of waiting and watching for. I'm not in a long or a short position on NASDAQ futures. It's kind of a wait and see for me. Took profits back here, right? Hindsight, that was a great trade. Took the short there, and now it's kind of a wait and see for me on the NASDAQ. I'm going to look at a couple more. Where are we at in the comments? Javier, morning. Good morning, market snipers. Good morning. Good morning, West Diddy. Welcome back. Aldo, good morning. Hello, everybody. John Pye. Aldo, could we look at U.S. oil again? Yes, we could look at U.S. oil again. Let's take a look at U.S. oil. Where are you? I know it's on my chart. I know it's on the chart. All right, let me just type it in. Let me just type it in and save time. Oh, let's go to all. Let's go to U.S. oil, right? U.S. oil. It's up 0.43%. All right, so it's still bearish on the weekly chart. So just keep that in mind. There was that bearish MACD crossover. There was that RSI sell signal. There was a reversal candle on the weekly chart. There is an actual sell signal on the weekly chart. So, but could it be finding support? It says my long is looking good so far, but I like a second set of eyes. Just be cautious, right? Just be cautious because the weekly chart is still bearish. It's still in a downtrend as of right now. And the trending dots are up here. So anything as of right now, yes, it could be finding support at a key target area, but just know that the weekly chart is still bearish. So this is as of right now, although this is still a counter trend, a counter trade of the trend until it's not, right? So I'd be very cautious, right? You must be on a very low time frame because it's still bearish on the daily chart as well. So US oil may have found support, but it's currently into the downward trending dots. There's still no buy signal. There are signs of potential flipping around, but it's too early to say. So RSI is back to 42 on the daily chart. Still no buy signal. So maybe you bought here and then it's based off the lower time frame. Just keep in mind the daily chart is still currently bearish. The weekly chart is still bearish. So if you did get in, it's probably based off of a lower time frame. And just be aware that, it's a counter trade trend right now. And it could just be a retracement from this move from here to here. Could just be a retracement. And then maybe it goes back and revisits the lows and or retest the 200-week moving average at some point, right? So that's what I'm seeing. It's still bullish on these lower time frames, but bearish on the higher time frames. So caution. Waldo, good morning. Welcome back. Hello, market snipers. Rick's Moneymakers Helton back in the house. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back. Aldo, you move so much that when I watch you at 1.25x, you look like you're on cocaine. Your words, not mine. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't do drugs. But caffeine is a drug, right? I don't do illegal drugs, right? I'm in my 40s, right? Definitely not on cocaine. Definitely not. I only take 200 milligrams of caffeine per day. I was drinking like a cup of coffee. That was like 200 milligrams, but I ended that and I substituted that for. I'm not paid sponsor of Celsius, but I switched to Celsius, non-sparkling. I don't like the sparkle. But Celsius, I like it. It just seems like it's a little bit healthier and I don't get as dehydrated, right? I don't know. So I don't love it. It's not like amazing, but I do like it better than coffee and I don't get as dehydrated. So I feel like it's a little bit healthier version. I don't know. Maybe not. But Celsius, 200 milligrams. That's what I'm drinking every morning before the live streams. Okay. But yeah, happy feet. Yep, I got the happy feet. Good morning, Jesse and friends. Michael Tran, welcome back. Smash those likes, everyone. Let's help Jesse. Help us help him. Yep. Happy feet. Just don't kick your wife. Yeah, definitely not. She does throw a pillow at me though. If the happy feet are getting out of control and I'm in a zone of the happy feet going just like nonstop, right? She'll throw a pillow at me. Let me know. But here's the good thing. I upgraded to a California king bed a long time ago, and I'll never go back. I think it was 2015. I always had a queen bed before then. And once I went California king, I never looked back. I don't think I could ever go back to a queen bed, especially with two people, right? So California king, I move so much when I sleep, and my feet are full force. Like I'm a toss and turner. I'm a mover and shaker. I have happy feet, right? That's what the wife calls it. I have happy feet. So the king bed's got individual coils, so she can't feel me moving and shaking. She can't feel my feet. And the freaking dog, 12 and a half pound dog sleeps with us in the bed. And so there's enough room for all of us. And I've got my own room. They cuddle together. I stay on my own side. That's probably way too much information. But yeah, California king is way to go. Tesla John, good morning. Vikings making a comeback. Yep. And there's some hope. We've had so many injuries. We're on this 5-game winning streak. We've won 6 out of 7 games without our starting quarterback, without our best player on our football team, Justin Jefferson, with concussion to our number 1 running back, with losing our second best running back to Achilles injury as well, losing our third best wide receiver, in my opinion, to concussion. We should be getting number 1, number 3 receiver back. We got our left tackle, our starting left tackle, super stallion stud back. We should be getting our number 1 receiver back. And our defense has been keeping us in the game. Lights out. They've been playing great. And we'll see how it goes. I'm very optimistic. We're in the 7th seed to make the playoffs. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we could go on a run, take out the Lions, take out the Lions, take out the Lions. At least 1 out of 2 games. They look really good, though. I'm not going to lie. They look really good. I'm proud of the Lions. The Lions and the Vikings, there's no way I could ever be mad at the Lions, even though they're in my division, because they've expressed so much heartache similar to the Vikings, probably even more. They went 0-16 or 0-16 one year. They've had more heartache than us, I think. So shout out to the Lions. Good for them. Inverse head and shoulders on Tesla played out. Okay, let's take a look. Tesla, John. We haven't looked at it. It's up 5%. We did talk about closing this gap up here too. We did look at this head and shoulders, right? This inverse head and shoulders we were talking about. And it is bullish, right? Had that buy signal a couple of days ago, and then it gapped up again. And remember, we got this gap up here. And as of right now, it could just be a retracement of this big move down. We talked about it being oversold. It was oversold. Then there's putting in bullish divergence, right? Bullish divergence starting to flip back around. This is a higher low, regain the 200-week moving average. Maybe this is the bottom. It's possible. But one step at a time, close this gap, see how it does, see if it regains this longer-term upward trend line, and then see if it takes off after that. So that's Tesla for Tesla John. Inverse head and shoulders. Good call on that, Tesla John. I filmed one in Unity this morning. Awesome. It's not too bad. If it was this morning, Javier, I'm okay with that because this morning it was up here. I don't know when exactly what fill price you got, but this candle today was at 29.46 all the way down to 28.01, which is lower than this is a 4-hour chart. Hold on. Which was right around where the buy signal was. So it's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. And so it hasn't even hit target 1 yet. See if it hits target 1, 2, 3, and possibly target 4. So not too bad. Sorry, Vikings. Yep. Hey, it's all right. We're division. I think there's enough for all of us to go around. Colson, Detroit, and the Vikings play in the playoffs. That'd be awesome. But before that, we play each other twice in the second half of the season. Luis, welcome back. Killing it, brother. Thanks, Glitch. I appreciate that. Do you think the bots are back? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Watch out for the scammers out there. Watch out for them. In the bull run, 2021, before I ever had coaching for $29 or $79, right? Before I ever had a subscription, right? People were paying a fake me $1,000 for coaching and they were getting scammed. And then they would message me in the DM like, hey, I paid $1,000. Where's my coaching? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't have any coaching. I don't have a Telegram, right? I didn't have a Discord at the time. I do have a Discord. So the only thing I have, remember, the only thing I have is uh Market Sniper website, right? So the Market Sniper website is the only thing I have. The only services I have is $29 a month or $79 a month. That's all I have. There's no $1,000 coaching. And so people were getting scammed. It was probably at least a dozen people that I know of reached out to me and paid $1,000 and got scammed and went to a Telegram that wasn't me. So it sucks. It's brutal. Yes, it was in full effect end of the bull run. Seems like some of it's come back, right? Elite Dawn, I'm not talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in. Maybe you're talking about the live stream. Voice breaking, is it just me? Ooh, I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully it's just you. Hopefully. I haven't had anyone else talk about it. 12 likes, 22 watching. Come on, smash the like. Yes. Congratulations on over 2,000 subs now. Yep. Thanks, Tesla John. Appreciate that. I posted that on the Twitter X app. We are 2,050 plus. So, yeah, we're not going viral, but, slow growth is better than no growth. So we'll keep going. Weed is legal in Cali. True. It's been legal for a while. 8. I'm not sure what 8 means. Could you look at CHPT? Looks like Chat GPT. CHPT. Is that stock or is that crypto or what is that? You got to let me know. ChargePoint Holdings. Is that right? ChargePoint Holdings. It's not crypto, is it? Nope. Okay. Probably stock. Probably ChargePoint Holdings. We can take a look at it. ChargePoint Holdings. Wow. Okay. So let's zoom out here on CHPT ChargePoint Holdings at the peak in December. ChargePoint. Okay, good. $49, right? So back in December, $49. Are you looking for a long? What are you? I hope your mom took some out of that cash. Oh, we got like 4 more comments. We'll take a look at it. But ChargePoint Holdings. So December 2020 was the peak, right? It's been in a bear market ever since. And it's 95% off, right? So 95% off. And it's been in basically a 3-year bear market. So is it still alive? Is it going to turn around, right? So had 3 quarters of negative earnings, right? So negative, but not as bad as what they thought. And then boom, they got crushed last quarter. So who knows what's going on over at ChargePoint Holdings, but they were expecting a lot higher and they got crushed. So we'll see how it goes. But we don't trade based off of the fundamentals anyways. Let's take a look at it. It was ultra bearish on the weekly chart. Is that it? Is that going to be the low? Who knows? It's way too early. It's still it was ultra bearish. It's still bearish on the weekly chart as of right now. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Could start to see some signs of life on the daily chart. It got crushed since July. It was crushed again, right? So all the way down another 74%. Whew, it got crushed again. So there are some signs of life on the daily chart, but the weekly chart is still bearish. There is a gap here at $7. It could be like a dead cat bounce, right? Could be a dead cat bounce. Could be a retracement, but it's still bearish on the weekly chart, and it's still currently bearish on the daily chart, even though there is bullish divergence, right? And there could be a buy signal in the near future, but you can see that like kind of eyeball test, like you have target 1, 2, 3, probably target 4, something like that. So maybe it's just a pump like that, comes back down, right? So you have to kind of see how it plays out, but it's still bearish on higher time frames as of right now, and it could just be a dead cat bounce. I mean, it could be the possibly the bottom after 3 years, but way too early to say that. Way really high risk at this point, and so take that for what it is, Tesla John. But yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions to that. Michael Tran, probably laughing about the happy feet. Great live session, Jesse, as usual. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. Back in Indiana over there. Awesome. I hope your mom took some of that cash position and got back to the markets for this rally. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't you know? Charge point. Yep. Got it. Thanks. You got it, Tesla John. All right. I think that's about it. Ooh, we're under an hour, 51 minutes. Let's just take a quick look over here at Bitcoin again. Let's take a look. Lower time frames are breaking down, right? So yes, there could be additional bearish divergence. There is bearish divergence right now, right? There is another MACD bearish crossover on the daily. So bearish crossover, bearish crossover. So there could be a retracement in the near future, right? If you look at the lower time frames, it's definitely saying that there was a 4-hour sell signal back here yesterday, and it's continuing to trend downward from yesterday. And this was even bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. So have you covered Bitcoin miners? Just Nitin. I'm pretty sure I said that right before in the past. Nitin Docania. Have you covered Bitcoin miners? No, I have not. Let's take a look at it. But Bitcoin is breaking down on the lower time frames. There is bearish divergence on the daily chart. However, and the MACD bearish crossover. However, just be aware that the weekly chart and the daily chart are still currently bullish. So, right? So take that for what it's worth. Let's take a quick look at we got Clean Spark. Any of the Bitcoin miners specifically? Clean Spark still bearish on the daily chart, right? Marathon Digital still bearish, still bullish on the daily chart, but is the trending dots? Is it going to find support on the trending dots and finally bounce? It's literally just been moving sideways since the end of October. So for 2 weeks, Marathon Digital's Hut. Okay, got it. Yeah, Hut's on my list. Javier. Oh, Nitin. Any of them specifically you want to cover? Marathon Digital is just moving sideways for 2 weeks. Bitfarm pending buy signal again. Again, been since the buy signal end of for 3 weeks has been moving sideways. Is it going to make a move? It's only hit target 1 so far, right? What else? Ooh, Lemonade's up 9%. Let's get distracted here. Yeah, so hit 3 targets very quickly, retraced back to the trading dots, and is moving back up on Lemonade. I still never got into a position on Lemonade. Left that big gap open down here. Let's change that to yellow so I can spot it a little bit easier. So you got that gap down here at $11. I still never took a position. I watched it for so long. I really wanted it. I never got in, and they just gapped it up too far for me. So I let that one go. Riot, bearish on the daily chart, right? Not looking great. Still holding on. Could put in a higher low. Still higher low. Still not looking great on Riot. Hasn't taken out my stop loss, right? I don't know. It's not looking great on Riot. MicroStrategy starting to break down on the daily chart. Still bullish, right? Still above the trending dots, all that stuff on MicroStrategy still. Same with Grayscale. I know these aren't Bitcoin miners, but they are related to Bitcoin, and they move very similar to Bitcoin miners. So Hut just falling out, right? So Hut is bearish and is revisiting the lows. MACD bearish crossover today. RSI sell signal yesterday, started to break down from the trading dots. So Hut looking a little bit different, revisiting the lows, and could it put in new additional lows, or is it going to put in like a let's see, double or triple bottom, right? And this would be a fake out to the upside, see if it finds support and then bounces from there. So Hut doesn't look great, down 10% today, right? So is Hut leading the way for the other miners? If so, right, just be aware of that. Or is it a one-off, right? So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But Hut is breaking down. Bitfarm has been going sideways. Let's see. MicroStrategy starting to break down. So they all look a little bit different, but Hut is definitely breaking down. Let's see what else. What else? Nothing specific. Just curious why they are not running yet. Hut selling off, in fact, today. Yep. Yes. So that's the thing is like you just always have to trade the chart in front of you first and foremost. So just because Bitcoin's doing X doesn't mean Bitcoin miners do X, right? It's not exactly one for one. Just because Bitcoin pumped doesn't mean crypto is going to pump next, right? I mean, crypto is pumping, but so just because the NASDAQ is breaking down or pumping doesn't mean a particular stock is going to pump or break down, right? So just because the dollar's breaking down or pumping doesn't mean, Bitcoin does the exact opposite at the exact same time, right? So those are my thoughts. Always trade like Hut, for example, trade the chart in front of you first and foremost. You can see it was moving sideways. Then it was breaking back down from this trend line, had a candle close back below the trending dots, and then had a sell signal yesterday, and it's just continuing to be bearish on the daily chart. So that is Hut, and continuing to watch it. Watch it look bearish today, almost down 10% versus, kind of flat, but sell signal on Riot yesterday, back below the training dots. Is Riot going to be next to break down like Hut? We don't know. And then you kind of go back up to like Clean Spark, broke all the way back down to Hut. Is Clean Spark kind of leading the way, right? Clean Spark broke down a couple days in advance, then had a sell signal, battled back down. Is it putting in a higher low? Is it finding support? Way too early to say, right? Maybe it kind of goes through this consolidation period some more before the breakout, right? So during this whole time, Bitcoin could have been pumping while Clean Spark could have been, going through this consolidation, this correcting, going all the way back. Here, let's kind of redraw this out. Maybe something similar to like that. And then it just never had like that bigger breakout yet, right? So had this nice big breakout here, big long-term consolidation, and then who knows what happens after that. So we'll see, but they all move at different times, and they all move differently first and foremost. A lot of similarities at times, but you have to trade the chart in front of you first and foremost. Boom, there it is. Make sure to smash the like. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me rock and roll. Thanks again for all of your support. I appreciate it. And let's continue to sniper the markets together every single day. We're closing in on our 50th live stream in a row. And we're getting those likes higher and higher. So we'll eventually hit that goal. We'll continue to move together. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you